welcome back to Cop to Corporate. Today we have Shaun Nestor with us. I'm so excited to have you on, Shaun. So you can find Shaun writing inspirational posts daily on Instagram. Not only is he still a cop, he also has a really long experience in business marketing, and he's also the founder of Beyond the Badge, which I'm really excited for you to talk about. So what he does is he pairs his background in marketing and law enforcement to be able to help police officers turn their passions into successful ventures. So Shaun, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be
Yeah.
here.
And I just wanted to read something that you posted on your Instagram, which I thought was really inspirational and kind of describes well what you do. So you wrote, every cop has a story or 90, interesting experiences packed with insights and lessons, unique situations filled with humor or sadness or both. These experiences shape us. The lessons can shape others. You have a message to be shared. It may be inspirational, it may be entrepreneurial, or it may quietly improve the lives of those you touch. Regardless, your message matters. Build something beyond the badge. And I thought that that was such a great thing to read for people who really know that they have all of these skills and know that they can turn it into something else. They just need help figuring
Right.
it out. So first off, if you could just tell us about your background and who you are, that'd be great.
Yeah. I think, an interesting history when I compare it to other cops. I've been a commissioned police officer for just over 18 years. 13 of that, I was a reserve police officer, which means part-time in our state. And while I was doing that, I ran a marketing consulting business that treated me very well. I was happy to work during the week and then come out and play cops and robbers on the weekends. I thought it was the perfect blend of both worlds. And approximately 5 years ago or so, our chief approached us during a staffing crisis and said, "Hey, would you consider coming on full time?" And I said, "No, I don't want to." He says, "Would you consider coming on 3/4 time? I really need some help." So I agreed to do that. I worked every Thursday, Friday, Saturday for about a year. Um, and loved it. And I told him, though, at the end of that 1 year commitment, I was going to be done. I wanted to get back to my marketing and consulting gig. And at the end of that year, he says, can I entice you to stay on full time?" And I said, "No." It's great. You start Monday. And that was nearly 5 years ago. I still love it. I have a passion for helping new police officers and experienced police officers make the best of their career. So it has been very rewarding. I've been able to blend both of those things together. I love it. And law enforcement is a very unique profession, as you know, and the people who are in it are very unique and have something very special.
Yeah, I totally agree. So what was kind of the bridge for you or the catalyst that made you say, I'm going to start Beyond the Badge, and what is Beyond the Badge?
Yeah, Beyond the Badge is only about 8 months old, but it's the combination of what I know as a marketing consultant and what I know from the law enforcement side. And I believe that cops go through their career. Usually, they have a driving force that they the reason they became a cop or what gets them to shift every day, even in turbulent times when it's not easy to be a cop. Something drives them to go do that. And I believe it's more than just a paycheck. I believe it's more than just the security. Those factor into it. But there's something that drives them to make a difference in their community. And I've seen officers get to the end of their career and dread the retirement. They stay on for 30, 35 years because they don't know what else is out there. And for some people that works. For others, I believe that they have a fulfilling next chapter just waiting for them. They can take some of what they know and their experience and expertise, and they can turn that into a business. And that's really what Beyond the Badge is. It's the ability to carry that message not just through their career, but also into that next stage, that retirement stage or the side gig stage.
Do you have any success stories that you can share with us about people who've created their own businesses after leaving law enforcement?
I do, and they are all over the place. Some of them have gone into personal defense. They teach women's self-defense on the weekends. Some of them are retired chiefs that have gone on to take what they know about leadership, create presentations, travel all over the United States, giving that presentation. One of them is a locksmith. Stuff that he developed throughout his career. He loves picking locks, so he's able to make that a little side gig. He goes and teaches law enforcement how to defeat certain locks. So it's a very wide range. Some guys are still on the job. Some guys are retired. but they've all found something that they learned in law enforcement that now they've turned into a business.
That locksmith one is really unique. That's so
Yeah.
cool that he it's cool when you're able to move on from law enforcement, but still sort of keep some aspect of being a cop or law enforcement in your life, because we know how important that camaraderie is and feeling
Right.
grounded in that, just in that career and with those people. So what advice do you have for people who are interested in starting their own business or getting out of law enforcement and really flourishing with the skills that they learned in law enforcement?
Yeah, the first one starts with encouragement. And the encouragement point is you can do it. Business can be hard, but it's not complex. Um, just like law enforcement, it can be hard. There are days it is hard. But once you've kind of mastered that skill set, you're able to move through those steps. Business is the same way. It's very different from government work. You get in it what you get out of it what you put in it. And it's not just the 15th and the 20th you get paid. But the business side of it really is not that hard. And I know that cops can do it. So that's my first piece, is the encouragement. After that, it's a very, very simple step. Figure out what you're good at and what you're passionate about, and then start talking to people and find that match. All you have to do, figure out what you like doing, what you're good at, and then who can benefit from that. From there, that's your business plan. You can go from there.
I think that there might be a lot of people who are like, I don't know what I'm passionate about. So where do you start if you're in that boat?
That is an exciting spot. What I would recommend is just start talking to people. Get on LinkedIn or go to community networking events, make connections, and just start talking to people. And as you do that, I think some of your life themes will kind of start to kind of surface as people are asking what you like doing. You have those conversations more and more, and they may not be receiving like the polished message that you want, but your brain is going, it's like, you know what, this is kind of a theme that I see recurring, and maybe that's something I want to pursue. And as you do that and you talk more about it, you will make up your mind whether that's something you want to do or not. It's not an all or nothing. You can change your mind. You can say that I'm interested in locksmith, and you can go teach that class, and maybe that's really not what you want to do. Pivot. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
And I
fine.
think from it is, yeah. And from experience, it is not something, if you don't know what you're passionate about yet, it's not sudden like light bulb, oh, this is it for
Right.
me. You have
Right.
to actually go out and try new things, and like you said, talk to people, and you might connect with someone on LinkedIn or in person out at a social event, feel like, oh, I've never heard of this before, this is really cool, and that could be your
Right.
connection into your next job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's great advice. So do you have anything else that any other wisdom that you can share with us, either as a current cop who's got another business going on, or for people who are like, no, I'm done with law enforcement, let's move on?
Even if you decide to go in business for yourself and you want nothing to do with law enforcement, that's fine. The skills that you learned in law enforcement, from organization to communication to understanding leadership, that can benefit you in any job you take, in any business you start. It does not need to be a law enforcement centered product that you're offering. Just like you've talked about on the podcast, people going from law enforcement to the corporate world, those skills, those interpersonal skills that they have, translate perfectly to the corporate world. Understanding how to communicate with others, understanding that things change rapidly. I think a lot of cops, when they get to the corporate land, they realize that what corporate considers an emergency, not an emergency to us. Nobody's on fire. There's no death. So I think those same skills, those interpersonal skills, cops can take and really run with any business, whether it's law enforcement related or not.
Thank you so much, Shaun. Really appreciate you. You guys can check him out on LinkedIn for more inspiring posts every day. And thank you again.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.